MJH Sports and Entertainment.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How's things? Hope everybody's okay. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Um, just back really to talk a little bit more boxing. Talk little bit more boxing about whatever comes to mind. Really, just thought I'd make another video. I hadn't made any videos for about a week or so, just doing different things and getting through this whole lockdown situation. So anyway, yeah. What I was thinking of, what I was asking, wanting to discuss really was the next event put on. I mean, the UFC just at the weekend, the UFC had their event. Obviously with no crowd, just the obviously trainers and coaches and the fighters and things of that nature, referees and so forth. But what I was wondering was when the next big boxing event, the next big card, the next big fight, whether it is Wilder Fury or the undisputed possibly. I'm still listening and still keeping my eye on the ball of the potential step aside. I mean, the thing at the moment is it just seems to be the same kind of questions and the same kind of stories of when will this happen, when will that happen, things of that nature. But I mean, there was a discussion that I just recently heard this morning that if the Pulev fight if the Anthony Joshua and Pulev fight goes ahead, they make that happen. There is no step aside, and there won't be an undisputed. For example, if the Joshua Pulev fight does go ahead, that it could be in Croatia. I heard. I heard it could be in Croatia because of the law, the sea situation, as we call it. Yeah, is they have in the country of Croatia, they have a low rate of outbreak or whatever. So I'm not going to get into that too much. But anyway, yeah. So possibly Croatia being a destination, which is I don't know how true that is, or to be honest, because I don't know much about Croatia. I know that it's not known for its boxing, really. I've never really heard of many events being held there, but I mean, I understand if it's true what they're saying about that Croatia has a low outbreak or whatever. I can see how it could be a possible destination for to host. But so yeah, that could be in Croatia for that. But I mean, yeah, where will? I mean, it's hard to imagine because it is difficult to actually imagine kind of normality in the sense that, like, say the next big event is in, let's say, just for example, Vegas. For example, we'll say Las Vegas. It's in Vegas. It's just crowds and just back to normal. It feels like it's going to be a long time until that kind of those normal the normal crowds and the stacked you can imagine the card, the main event and all that, and then full house and it would be it's difficult to imagine. I mean, it has to happen, right? We have to get, and we pray. I certainly pray and hope that we do get back to normality. And but where will it be? Where will the next big event in boxing be? Like I say, UFC did it successfully, but it was still eerie. It was still, I didn't see the whole event, the UFC event, but I did see some of it, and it was just quite eerie without the crowd, and it was quite eerie. But it was a successful event. So I've heard people like the promoters like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren and Bob Arum, considering doing something similar to the UFC. The event they had there, and maybe follow suit and do something similar with the no crowd and all that kind of stuff. But Croatia, that would be. I think that because if you remember rightly, I think when Joshua and when Pulev pulled out of the fight, the first time they were due to fight, I think they might have been actually due to fight each other a couple of times, but I know at least one time that Pulev pulled out, if you remember, and then it was I think that was when Big Baby Miller was the replacement, I think, or was it was that right? No, maybe not. I think that he was due to fight Pulev. And was it Big Baby Miller was the replacement, or was it Andy Ruiz was the replacement for Big Baby Miller? I don't recall right now actually, but yeah. So Pulev wanted to go to a purse bid because he's from Bulgaria, right? Pulev, and I think he wanted to fight in Bulgaria. I think his promoter is the super wealthy promoter is Pulev's, I believe, and he wanted a purse bid so to take the fight to Bulgaria, and I'm not quite sure 100% what happened with that situation, but like I say, it's just a bit, Croatia. I don't know much, really don't know much about Croatia or what kind of events they've held in the past. Though, I would just, to be honest with you, I would just be happy to. It would just be an exciting time to have an event, to have to have a fight that's the week leading up and the normal press conferences and the whole event and how it goes when boxing on the Saturday and would be a good feeling, because it just feels like it's been such a long time. But a lot of we discussed this on my last couple of videos back. Discussed the kind of the returns of there's a lot of people returning who've been out the ring for a long time, obviously past their primes, but the likes of Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield and Tyson Holyfield, Oscar De La Hoya potentially fighting Conor McGregor. So there's all that going on as well. But I would just be happy to see John Fury, of course, with Mickey Theo, their fight. They're considering having a fight for charity and all that. I'm sure you guys know about that. So. But it would be a good feeling. I just want to get back to the grind and back to talking about fights that are coming up, and instead of nearly every video I'm doing at the moment is just like when this could happen, or this potential, or could this boxer step aside, or could this, because we just don't know right now at the moment. So yeah, all you can do really watch a lot of watching YouTube again, and probably watch a few classic fights later on. I have to go out soon just for a walk and stuff, do some shopping, come back, and I'll probably watch some classic fights. So maybe maybe an NBA game, maybe a playoff game, a game 7 in the finals or something like that. I enjoy watching those, and it's just the return of the NBA, the NBA and everything, man, everything, tennis, and man, it's just I miss it. It's like a whole, it's just I'm missing it. I know you guys are too. I just want an event just to have some boxing, have some live boxing, but when we just don't know right now, we just don't know. So I keep my eye on the ball. I keep I watch everything, and I read up and try and keep on top of everything now that I do my channel. But I watch a lot of you guys out there. I watch a lot of you guys, and appreciate what you guys do too, because a lot of you guys work hard. You work really hard at bringing us news, and I want to eventually be that type of YouTuber that brings breaks, maybe not breaks news, but brings news, just give you my thought on it, my opinion on it, and for what it's worth, like I say, it's a small channel. This is a small channel, but I will grow it moving forward. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, would appreciate it. Helps the channel grow, and obviously will help bring more content to the channel, and all that kind of stuff. But I've still been watching Tyson Fury's workout videos as well. They've been really good. I've been doing a few of them myself. If you guys have seen them, his workout videos at home, and they've been really fun. And I've seen a lot of boxers being interviewed on different different platforms on YouTube, and some of some on the Sky Sports of the world and the BT Sport, and then other YouTube channels that like I say, deliver some fantastic content and have really good interviews. But everybody's in the same boat, right? Everybody's in the same boat of just things just seem to be moving so slow right now, So we just keep them busy, really. We just keep them busy. I think everybody's kind of keeping busy, but the thing is though, right, is like a lot of boxers are really staying in terrific shape. I'm sure some are not, right? It must be difficult, but a lot of boxers, but they have the privilege with all the kind of I'm talking about the top echelon guys, they have the privilege of having enough, having the cash, the capital to you know, have home gyms and things of that nature. So I guess it's a little bit easier, well, a lot easier, not a little bit, a lot easier for those guys to kind of stay in shape. But you know, if you watch some pro fighters, training videos, and they're staying in terrific shape, you know, terrific shape, really impressive. And I mean, I try and do, obviously I'm not a pro fighter or nothing like that, fitness fanatic myself, and I enjoy working out a lot, and you know, but I watch a lot of the videos and do a lot of the workout routines and things of that nature, you know. But I haven't, you know, Wilder's been really quiet, right? Wilder, I haven't heard anything from Wilder for what feels like an age, a really long time. You know, I'll keep my eye out for that, but I haven't heard Wilder make a video or anything like that, or be on any podcasts or anything for a while. Like I say, seen Fury on a few things. Joshua's been pretty quiet. Who else? I mean, I heard a few things from the Charlo twins. Eubank Jr. Seen a video with him, and yeah, what I was going to say, the Chris Eubank Jr. situation, when Billy Joe Saunders, I heard that they're considering getting their fight, get the second fight. That there needs to be the rematch in that. You know, I think there needs to be a rematch. Obviously, Billy Joe beat Chris Eubank on when they did meet each other and when they did fight each other. Chris Eubank came up short against Billy Joe Saunders. You know, Billy Joe, good boxer. I think he's really good boxer. But I'd like to see that fight ran back. I'd like to see the rematch to see who you know, who is the best out of those two. I know a lot of people don't rate Chris Eubank Jr. that high, but I think he's good. But Billy Joe Saunders really good. There was a talk. Triple G saying is Triple G, you know, he's up there in age, but is he too old to be taking the fight with Canelo? He wants to fight someone else and this and that. So yeah, it's all up in the air, right? All up in the air. We just want to see it. We just want to see just some fights. Like I say, UFC, props to the UFC for bringing an event. You know, like I say, I wish them nothing but success. I heard it went well. Boxing may have to, like I say, may have to follow suit and do something very similar to that. And you know, because we've got to be careful with these crowds. You know, we don't want the second wave situation and all that kind of thing. But yeah, like I say, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I will bring in more content, a lot more. Still working on it, and still growing the channel. So I appreciate all the support I get. I'll catch you guys on the next one.